Imagine working your entire life. You wake up every morning, go to work, pay your bills, save what you can, and after 40 years of hard work, you discover something terrifying. You can't afford to retire. No beach house, no peaceful retirement, no financial freedom, just more work. And for millions of millennials across America, this isn't a nightmare. It's becoming reality. A generation that was told to work hard, get a degree, buy a home, and save for retirement is now facing a future that looks very different from what they were promised. Housing prices have exploded. Student loan debt has reached record levels. Inflation keeps eating away at savings. And many millennials are asking a difficult question. Will I ever be able to retire? The answer may shock you. Because the retirement system that worked for previous generations is breaking down. And unless something changes, millions of people could find themselves working much longer than they ever expected. Stay with me until the end because I'll show you exactly why this is happening, the biggest retirement mistakes millennials are making, and most importantly, what can still be done to avoid this financial trap. Welcome back to Dollar Sense. If you're interested in personal finance, investing, wealth building, and understanding how money really works, make sure you subscribe. Today we're diving into one of the biggest financial challenges facing an entire generation. Why many experts believe millennials could become the first generation in modern American history that is less financially secure than their parents. Let's get into it. For decades, Americans followed a simple formula. Go to school. Get a good job, work hard, save money, retire comfortably. For many baby boomers, that system worked. College was affordable, housing was affordable, healthcare costs were manageable, and many workers had pensions. Companies actually helped employees prepare for retirement. But millennials entered adulthood during a completely different era. Many graduated into the Great Recession. Jobs were scarce. Wages stagnated. Yet the cost of living kept rising. Suddenly, the traditional path to financial security became much harder. Today, many millennials are earning more money than previous generations did at the same age. But despite earning more dollars, they often have less purchasing power. Everything costs more. Rent, food, insurance, healthcare, education, transportation, even basic necessities. The result? Saving for retirement often becomes the last priority. Not because millennials don't care, but because many are simply trying to survive. Let's talk about one of the biggest financial obstacles. Student loans. Millions of Americans were told that college was the key to success. Get a degree. Get a good job. Everything will work out. But for many people, reality looked very different. Imagine starting adulthood with tens of thousands of dollars in debt. Before buying a home. Before building investments. Before creating wealth. You're already behind. Every month, a significant portion of income goes toward loan payments. Money that could have been invested. Money that could have gone into retirement accounts. Money that could have compounded for decades. And here's the scary part. Compounding works both ways. When you invest early, compound growth helps you. When debt follows you for years, compound interest works against you. Many millennials lost their most valuable financial asset, time. And in investing, time is everything. Now let's discuss housing. For previous generations, buying a home wasn't just about having a place to live. It was one of the biggest wealth-building tools available. Homes appreciated in value. Mortgage payments built equity. Families accumulated wealth over decades. But many millennials have been locked out of homeownership. Home prices have risen dramatically. Mortgage rates have fluctuated. Down payments have become harder to save. Meanwhile, rents continue increasing. Many people are spending huge percentages of their income simply keeping a roof over their heads. The financial consequences are enormous. Money spent on rent isn't building ownership. It's difficult to invest aggressively when housing consumes such a large portion of income. And every year of delay makes the challenge harder. The housing market has become one of the biggest contributors to the retirement problem. Now let's talk about something many people underestimate. Inflation. Inflation is like a hidden tax. You don't see it directly, but it slowly reduces the purchasing power of your money. A dollar today buys less than it did 10 years ago, and it may buy even less 10 years from now. This creates a major challenge for retirement planning. Many people think, I'll just save cash. But cash sitting idle often loses value over time. That's why investing becomes so important. Without growth, savings may struggle to keep up with rising costs. Healthcare, housing, food, energy, everything becomes more expensive, and retirement could last 20 or even 30 years. That's a long time for inflation to keep working against you. Here's where things become uncomfortable. Let's do some simple math. Imagine someone wants $60,000 per year during retirement. Many financial planners suggest withdrawing around 4% annually from investments. To generate $60,000 per year using that strategy, a person may need around $1.5 million invested. Now think about that number. $1.5 million. Most people don't have anything close to that. Many Americans have little or no retirement savings at all. This is why retirement anxiety is growing. People are starting to realize that retirement isn't an age. It's a financial number. You don't retire because you turn 65. You retire because you have enough assets to support your lifestyle. And that reality is forcing many millennials to rethink their future. At this point, the situation sounds depressing. But here's the good news. The story isn't over. Millennials still have one major advantage: time. Even if retirement feels far away, every year invested can make a huge difference. The key isn't trying to get rich quickly. It's building consistent habits. Invest regularly. Avoid high-interest debt. Increase income whenever possible. Control lifestyle inflation. Focus on long-term investing rather than chasing quick money. Because wealth rarely comes from one big decision. It usually comes from thousands of small decisions made consistently over decades. The people who eventually achieve financial freedom aren't necessarily the highest earners. They're often the people who started, stayed disciplined, and kept going. So, will millennials never retire? Not necessarily. But retirement today is becoming very different from what previous generations experienced. The old system is changing. The rules have changed. And those who understand the new rules will have a much better chance of achieving financial freedom. The question isn't whether retirement is impossible. The question is whether you're preparing early enough. Because every year you wait makes the challenge harder. And every dollar invested today gives your future self a better chance. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button and subscribe to Dollar Sense for more financial insights every week. And let me know in the comments. Do you think millennials will retire later than previous generations? Why or why not? Thanks for watching. And remember, the best investment you can make is in your financial education. See you in the next video.